Alright there you guys again, welcome to another of my live videos. Today be updating you again, as we always do on this channel, on the latest news, as I mentioned on my last video. David De Gea, I think now, will be staying at Manchester United. Was it a player, was it back before when Real Madrid showed their interest? He signed another 4-year deal with the club. This is absolutely fantastic. Mourinho has mentioned some of this in his press conference. I think he said it would be difficult basically for him to go. He's a very honest and straight boy, is David De Gea. He basically explained as well he wouldn't want to stop players going if they had any desire to leave the club, but he feels as though he's determined, he's focused at Manchester United, and that he will not depart the club for Real Madrid, because we know that Real Madrid have had that long-standing interest in De Gea, but I wouldn't want to get rid of the world's best keeper in the world, with Morero as well as number 2. David De Gea, for me, I'd play him in the Premier League, I'd play him in the Champions League and stuff, but I'd maybe give Morero a chance in maybe the FA Cup or the EFL Cup as well. 2 fantastic goalkeepers as well, plus we've got Joe Pereira there added to the ranks as well. But this is fantastic. Mourinho's explained the situation now about David De Gea. He's insisted, he's 100% that David De Gea will stay at Manchester United. Now may cool the interest from Real Madrid basically now. They may give up, they may not try to go for him anymore. And people have respected him. He's a player that can earn you points. He's a goalkeeper that can earn you points. He's a goalkeeper that can give you fantastic clean sheets. And a fantastic player, I didn't know if he had the desire to leave. He seems happy at Manchester United. He's risen up the ranks with Atletico Madrid, David De Gea, and look how he's turned out. We'd got him for I can't remember the fee, but Real Madrid were willing to offer 3 times more than that. But Mourinho is determined to keep De Gea. He's born in Madrid, his relatives in Madrid, his girlfriend's in Madrid and all that. But the amount of years now he's been at Manchester United, his performances, he can take fantastic credit for that. And he's looking to continue being in the Jose Mourinho era. And his performances have been absolutely fantastic. Mourinho did say it's a hard decision. It'd be a hard decision to release David De Gea. And also it would be hard to find an alternative replacement also for David De Gea as well. But what a fantastic goalkeeper with the stability. He's just an absolutely fantastic goalkeeper. We know Real Madrid have had their interest since 2015, but we're not willing to sell him, and he's 100% confident now. Is David Mourinho that he is now staying, which is fantastic news. That's one positive now. There's also been other talks about Chris Smalling. I want Chris Smalling to really go because he did get a lot of criticism last season for his performances. He didn't really perform. He looks very lethargic at the back. He didn't look on his game. I think numerous teams have been interested in getting Chris Smalling's signature, the current ex-Fulham player. Not good enough for me. I think he does need to go. I think West Brom have showed their interest in getting him. Other teams have. Also with Jones, I'm not quite sure what's happening with him. Do you think we may need a centre-back if we get rid of Jones and Smalling? Jones is good when he gets them run of games under his belt. He can perform in his games, can Phil Jones. He is a good player, he's Phil Jones. But I think Mourinho may sanction at least one. Probably he may get rid of them both. But we've got quite a lot of centre-backs. We've got Lindelof. We've got Bailey. We've still got Jones at the moment. We've still got Smalling. So, but the fantastic news for me is this David De Gea case, which is absolutely fantastic news. Wait there. Yes, just been reading some reports as well. Who I do think will go, basically. Ashley Young has been linked to Stoke, apparently. Ashley Young, who we currently bought for Villa back in 2011. He has performed in some of his games. He has been fantastic, but I think maybe in the last couple of years at least or so, he hasn't very been good. He hasn't known where his real advanced position is anymore. He's currently clarified as a left winger, and then he basically became easily predictable. He was a player that became easily predictable. He's a player that was struggling to beat a fullback. He couldn't beat a first man with a cross, could Ashley Young, and I think Manchester United may get rid of Ashley Young, to be quite honest with you. I would like to see Fellaini go as well, but he may not go, but I'd like to see him go. But let's get on. Renato Sanchez now. Manchester United are convinced and confident they can capture Renato Sanchez on a loan deal from Bayern Munich. He's a good player. He's a player that can play on ride roles. He's a player that can drive forward. He's a player that can combine fantastically well with his teammates. And this is why Munich got his signature with his outstanding glowing reputation and his performances in the Euro 2016, which was fantastic. But his expectations were to be getting first team football, you know, participating more with Bayern Munich, the current German champions. And he has not done that. He's only made 17 appearances last season, scored no goals, didn't get an assist either. Bayern Munich are adamant that they are going to sell him. I think the rumoured fee was £43 million, or it could even be sanctioned from Bayern Munich for a loan deal. Basically, Manchester United, AC Milan have been in there to get the current Sanchez's signature. AC Milan have held talks with Bayern Munich. They're struggling to to agree the full-on fee that Bayern Munich have demanded, but they are in talks now that this could possibly happen. We could get Renato Sanchez. He hasn't been a main priority. He was a slight target before, but we haven't really looked into it. But we're looking more into it now that Mourinho is confident that he can get Renato Sanchez on the board. Would be a fantastic player for Manchester United. He's been guaranteed he's not going to get the minutes at Bayern Munich when they've just got Rodriguez. They've got a couple of other players in there. It's going to be hard for him to get that first team football. He hasn't had enough starts, had irregular starts. So I think that he does need to move on, does Renato Sanchez. So we've looked at players absolute galore in this transfer window, you know, and yeah, anything else to update you on? As I mentioned earlier about Marco Verratti, I just can't see. I think the deal had come to a conclusion. I think the 60 million, the 60 million that we offered had been agreed, but it may be now taking a huge twist. It could become inflated as now PSG are wanting Martial in return, so we can get Marco Verratti on the board. Verratti's attributes are fantastic. He's very tenacious, very competitive on the ball, good at driving forward. He's Marco Verratti. 8 assists in 43 appearances. His style of play is fantastic. He's competitive, tenacious, good at driving forward. He has now got Raiola who represents him now because he sanctioned his other agent. That was a signal sign that he wants to come to Manchester United. PSG may be reluctant to sell him without us giving them Martial in return. But yeah, Ed Woodward has been on the US tour to discuss deals with Mourinho and that. And he's been in talks with Raiola, who oversaw the deals of Pogba. Also oversaw the deal with Romelu Lukaku. They've been in talks about getting a deal, to come to an agreement with a deal. PSG have been stubborn now. They're demanding that they do want Martial in return. But now they're on the brink of getting maybe Sanchez. They're on the brink of getting Neymar's signature. They've also got Dani Alves as well. So they've added to the ranks. But basically now they don't really need Verratti, the amount of players that they're getting in this transfer window. The top class players they are getting. They're going to become a more elite opposition this season, you know, if these deals do get finalised, because they're looking to add ranks in the final third of their game. Paris Saint-Germain. Wait there, I just need to charge this. Martial is a player that I would keep. Mourinho will not sanction him. Whatever player, it may do, but whatever player does come across, whether he's good, whether he's bad or whatever, I just can't see Mourinho sanction Antonio Martial, the current ex-Monaco player who's a fantastic player, you know, and such as De Gea. De Gea's won honours. He won honours with Atletico Madrid as well, so I can't see Martial going, I really can't. He's still young, he does need to grow, he does need to develop into his game more, does Antonio Martial, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. He did play on the left last season, he hasn't been the same player since he lost that number 9 shirt. He can score goals, he can perform on the day, but if you've got a manager like Mourinho who's got a good pedigree, he can give him the right instructions to his game, and then he may perform better, but I said, if Perisic comes, then he won't get that game time that he wants, so he won't get that game time that he wants if Perisic does come. We are struggling to get a deal with Perisic. He's currently on China. But now Spalletti, well, whatever the fucking company's name is, I can't even pronounce it, has basically said the only way they are going to offload Perisic is if we make an offer that suits Inter Milan. An offer from us that suits Inter Milan. We've had 3 bids rejected. Basically, Inter Milan are wanting, I think it's still that £48 million that Damasio announced this. He's respectable when it comes to Italian stories, is Damasio. But not we need Perisic. I still think we may get him. I think he's adamant that he does want to leave. The directors have said they resisted to any offers. They're confident that they can still keep him. He's a player that left the Northern Italy training camp, had a dental problem and stuff, basically to try and get the deal, accelerate the move. Perisic is adamant that he wants to leave. Being at Borussia Dortmund, being at Wolfsburg, very, very good player. Not Galactico, doesn't set the world alight. You can't compare him to your likes of, your Bales. With Lukaku, you can't compare Lukaku to maybe Griezmann's and your Suarez's and all that. But it's not just about getting a Galactico players in a team, it's a mixture as well. Obviously, we like the Galacticos, we like Suarez. No, I wouldn't actually like Suarez. I'd have Ruud Glass, to be honest. But he's still a good player. Your Messis, your Ronaldos, your Bales, your top-class players. But it doesn't always work like that in a transfer window. And we have to accept that decision. But we need that defensive mid. We need that creative winner as well. It's going to be interesting to see the team news tonight. It is currently, I think it's 10 o'clock kickoff tonight. Currently at the Levi Stadium in California, I think it is. It's going to be an interesting game. Real Madrid, as I said, I've currently got 2 players. I think Ronaldo's not there. I don't think Ramos is there either, a player that we've looked into before. But they've still got a lot of top-class players in there, and we should be aware of what a class and quality that Real Madrid have got in their squad. But it's only a pre-season game. It's just for these players, for team bonding and match fitness and stuff like that. And it's not very important. It's a friendly, but still important to get the wins, so then you go more confident going into this season, So, yeah, it's still always very, very important. But as I said, City are doing fantastically well in this transfer window. They're doing astronomical business now. They've got 5 players on the board. They're going to be strong next season. Pep Guardiola has strengthened that. He's identified that position that he wanted strengthened, and he has succeeded that he has strengthened that full-back position. Maybe midfield, maybe need to be addressed more, but they've still got class. They've got Silva there. They've got Sterling there. They've got Aguero there. City have got a class team. Everton have made 6 or 7 signings as well. Everton, I can't see them winning any silverware. I don't think they're strong enough, but that is their target, basically, at least challenging for the top 5, maybe getting to Champions League football this season, Everton. And Rooney feels as though they can do that. I think Rooney will do well for Everton, as I said. Fantastic serve for Manchester United, but I think he will do well for Everton. PSG have signed Dani Alves. PSG are on the brink of signing Neymar as well. Maybe Sanchez also, depending what talks go on with Wenger and Sanchez and all the rest. Chelsea have got Bakayoko. He's another player that can good, breaking up the play, very strong, very quick, good in the air. Aubameyang, not quite sure what's happening with him. I know Chelsea have been linked with Aubameyang, a few other teams have been linked with Aubameyang. I'm surprised that Manchester United were in for the player of his calibre. He's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, and Matic, as I said, is going to happen. I presume that's still going to happen. I don't know if the price tag is 50 million or we're agreeing to pay a 50 million bid. It's 40 million. Chelsea rated him as 40 million. Juventus has been in there. But him, Mourinho and Matic have a good bond together. They have a strong relation together, which would be beneficial for him to come to Manchester United. If he does come, he's been at Vita, he's been at Benfica in the past. We have to accept that decision if he does come, because we're getting nowhere with Eric Dyer. We're having bids rejected. Tottenham are standing firm. They resisted to this, and before Danny Lever and Ed Woodward, I think, had discussions about a possible deal, and they basically it got knocked back. So basically, Tottenham are not willing to sell Eric Dyer. So yeah, the realistic signs looks like Matic is going to be next on the board. We're getting talks now with Renato Sanchez. Bale, Mourinho ruled out. As much as I'd love Bale, but probably won't happen. Anything else? So yeah, I presume more players will go. We know Josh Hart's gone to Preston. We know Januzaj's gone to Real Sociedad. We know Rooney's gone to Everton. That's free. Zlatan's still a debate. Probably maybe still sign another short-term deal. Presume Ashley Young should go. Smalling should go. Jones maybe should go as well. So Jose Mourinho's basically expecting at least another two players in the summer, because we know now with City that are spending big. They've spent over 100 million on fullbacks. They've got Bernardo Silva also, so City are doing very, very well in this transfer window. And they may still make another signing. They may get another midfielder in or something like that, because it does need to be addressed. City have won the league since, can't remember when it was. We haven't won the league since 2013. We want to get that league. That's what Jose Mourinho wants, is that Premier League. But yeah, Paul Pogba's been fantastic. 89 million last summer. That Raiola oversaw the deals. Paul Pogba's been fantastic. But that and also Ronaldo was fantastic in Manchester United. But as I keep saying, £80 million Real Madrid paid us. Pogba we paid 89 million. But as I keep saying, if this Neymar deal goes through, it will absolutely smash the pieces of them prices that have been paid before for really good players. And PSG are willing to pay this. So yeah guys, anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Subscribe to my channel as always, and take it easy, and I'll see you later. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.